Yo, what's up, guys? Thank you for coming back to another Hamza Khan show video. Just coming off of Saturday night's main event. Maybe the most boring show of the year so far. It was definitely not what the expectations of the show was going to be. It wasn't as chaotic as I think people expected it to be, but also wanted it to be. It was just kind of a show that had 5 matches in total. All matches were good, no issues with any of the matches. But if you replace the matches to like a main event of SmackDown or um, Raw, I don't think there would have been any sort of difference in level, if you get what I'm saying. It wasn't like it was it was a show of 5 Raw or SmackDown main event matches. There wasn't, even though we had the main event with CM Punk and Jey Uso, it was a very classic kind of just match. It didn't have the, I guess, the flavoring of the matches that we've had before, the previous PLEs that we've had. There's always been something. I guess obviously too much is not good, and keeping it simple sometimes does work. And I guess this time it works because of who was winning. So we'll start off with obviously the main event with CM Punk and Jey Uso. The overall really good solid match. There wasn't any issues with the match. There wasn't anything that was super outrageous or super like crazy. I liked the spear through the barricade. I thought that was a really good spot, especially with the compareness to Roman Reigns, which I liked it. I thought we were gonna see another spot where with CM Punk, uh, that happened at SummerSlam, um, where he hits the goes to sleeps, opponent hits the ropes and then bounces back onto his shoulders, going for the second go to sleep and getting the counters. It wasn't as I expected that to happen, but I think in terms of overall match, it was really good. But I think the right person won with that match. It wasn't a match where initially I thought Jey Uso might win. It wasn't a Jey Uso wins this match. The reason why was because of how kind of simple they kind of played it. There was no outside interference. There was no one getting involved into the match. So I feel like unless it was going to be Seth Rollins getting involved with CM Punk, which is impossible now because he's currently injured, then anybody else getting involved for CM Punk to win just doesn't make sense compared to with Jey Uso. It makes sense if he was gonna win, someone to get involved. I think they are now gonna be working towards Survivor Series, so compared to, because that is such a big PLE, they can't they can't just throw 5 people together on either side and hope that it works and sells the full show. It has to be built up. It has to be built, I believe, and that's why they went so the quote unquote safe route with CM Punk winning. I am very happy that CM Punk did win. Overall, I wanted Jey Uso to win. I wanted to see him. It didn't matter. I like both of them guys, so it wasn't the end of the world. I guess it makes sense going forwards if we're gonna see Seth Rollins eventually return. I think if we're gonna go forward, CM Punk will keep a hold of the championship. He won't lose the championship until um, later on next year. It won't be before next year at all. I think he will definitely keep it for a very, very long time. Going off that, we obviously had the first match of the night. Drew McIntyre, CM Punk, not CM Punk, sorry, Cody Rhodes. Standard match. Again, I think the match at what's the show called? WrestlePalooza was better than this match. It didn't. It didn't feel as important as that previous match. I think for me, the stipulation where if Cody got disqualified, he would lose the championship. I see. I get why it was made, but it kind of diluted the full kind of situation with Cody Rhodes when he did hit Drew McIntyre with the championship. It felt if we were gonna go for another match, I would have preferred it just be another normal match. It would have been fine with me because of how with the ruling, Drew McIntyre got to play in a way which kind of was scumbaggy or like very heelish, which he is a heel, which that makes sense. But I've never really seen him as that kind of heel. I've always found him as he gets screwed over constantly, and whenever he does certain actions, he is taking it too far, but you can kind of warrant it. If it was a good guy doing the exact same thing as him, it wouldn't be as bad if compared to each other. So I didn't. It was a good match, no issues with it entirely. Just that I didn't like the stipulation. It wasn't. It didn't do a lot for me. It was kind of just there. But I think apart from that, good match. I like the ending with Cody hitting the crossroads on the championship. I liked it. But I want to see. I think going forwards, we're gonna see a lot more. Uh, I think we'll see one more Drew McIntyre versus Cody Rhodes match. I think that we'll see that at Survivor Series as one of the matches there. That'll be their comparison to the Kevin Owens match last year at the Royal Rumble with the ladder match. I think that's what we kind of going to expect and going to see going forward. Other matches. I said there was 5 matches. I don't think there was 5 matches. I'm trying to remember. Um you had the what's it called? The women's championship match, Jade Cargill and Tiffany Stratton. Amazing match. I liked that match. It was really good. I liked how they portrayed Jade. I liked how they definitely want going forwards Tiffany to be the good guy. Currently, I think previously she was seen as she was a good guy because everybody was cheering her, but she wasn't really not likable because she was likable. It was just I think they were she was just portrayed a little bit annoying, a little bit like this guy's a bit annoying in it. The lights on, but I thought it was a good match. I liked it, and then you had hmm, the Dominic Mysterio versus Penta Rusev. Right person won. Made sense that um, Dominic Mysterio did win, and I guess it, with him winning, it leaves him available to go forward with someone else. And Rusev and Penta, I think they will have a rivalry as well. They'll have a couple of matches going forward. So I want to see what happens there and how they build those two. I thought it was a good match. I want to see what happens. I think it is low-key time for Dominic Mysterio to turn babyface. But I don't know how they would do it. I'm not sure how I'll figure it out what they would do in order to turn him into a babyface. I think they are waiting on Liv to return. And I think when she does return, it'll be them two together. But it's very interesting to see what happens with him because he's got the mega championship and then he's alongside El Grande Americano. But El Grande Americano is so loved by everyone that um, he's kind of. Do you turn him heel? How do you turn him heel? He's already technically a heel, but he's so likable, he's so cool to the AAA fans that the WWE fans like him. And then, as suppose if the fans like him, how can he be a heel? But I'm very interested to see who turns in that. I think the very obvious choice is El Grande Americano, but I can also see it with Dominic Mysterio, even though I've said that I want him to turn babyface. If you can build a run where El Grande Americano is going towards that Intercontinental Championship, and when he's eventually about to do it, Dominic Mysterio does something so heelish that he he's hated by everybody again. So a little bit like what happened at SummerSlam when he was with Rhea Ripley, he was flirting with Liv, then he accepted Rhea, and then it was all a plan in the end, and everybody loved Rhea, and they hated Dominic for that. So it's very interesting to see how they kind of build towards those. I don't think anything really much happened else on Raw, on SmackDown. Not anything that I can really remember that was super interesting that I wanted to speak about. I did. I think we all noticed that Solo was on Raw for some reason. I don't know why he was there. I feel like a lot of people are believing that it might be Solo MSTs versus um, the White Six, a Survivor Series. I don't think it will be those two because that the Survivor Series match, the War Games match, is going to be your main event, and I don't think that is a strong enough main event yet to to make it official, especially 4 weeks away. But I could definitely see Solo being involved in that um, Survivor Series match somehow. Don't know how, maybe forcefully, but I could definitely see him being a part of it. Um, but I think I'm really enjoying the MFTs currently on SmackDown. I think they're doing everything right. I love that Tonga's back. Yeah. He's sick, and I like that. I like what they're doing with the tall one, Tomaloa, Tomaloa. Then there's Tongaloa in the back, infamous. Um, I think he's just chilling, man. I don't think they're doing anything with him anytime soon. I think he's just chilling. But we'll see what happens with him. But I'm really liking the MFTs. I'm liking that. What happened on NXT? I think the women's side, I'm enjoying that. I didn't think that Tatum, I think her name's Tatum Paxley, she was gonna win the WWE NXT Championship. I always thought that the Izzy was gonna always win it before her. I felt it coming. I think it was there was a battle royal before that, or maybe something before that where I felt like Izzy should win, and then ended up being Tatum Paxley. But I can see how you can see it on the wall. Eventually, Izzy's gonna turn on Tatum, especially how Tatum is treating Izzy as a like a second in command. So I definitely see we could see that coming like a mile away. And then you've got Tricky Williams and um, Rookie Saints. Last man standing match has been announced. Uh, very interesting what's going on there, so especially with the what 6 pack challenge, I think it's called. That's going to come eventually later on this year. Uh, it's going to be very interesting to see how they build the next couple of weeks with those two. Hopefully, we don't see any more contract signings. NXT does too many contract signings, I'll be honest with you. If I'm being honest, there's just too many. There's always, every like couple of weeks, there'll be a new contract signing. What's the point? Just sign a contract later on, man. Whenever someone's ready, it always ends up the exact same. It's always the same thing that happens over and over again. Hopefully, there's no more contracts. I've seen Trick Williams in a contract signing too many times. Um, but that's wrestling. I was gonna mention about the Saturday night's main event. As I mentioned before, it was a good show in total, but it didn't feel. I don't know if anybody else felt like this as well. It didn't feel like a Saturday night's main event, if you go and say it felt like an old school PLE, is what it kind of felt like. It didn't feel like a Saturday night's main event that we've been portrayed the last few shows. It just felt, from the Titantron being massive, the commentary desk, the layout in the audience, the lights, it just didn't feel like a Saturday night's main event, in my opinion. And I didn't like it. Saturday night main event is a smaller PLE, so you less expect like smaller things to happen. But I feel like it should have its own identity and keep that identity, and not be presented just like a smaller PLE, an old school one. It just didn't give the right feelings, if you get what I'm saying. Other than that, Man United draw. What else is new there? We've got a new pack. We've got the Legacy of the Master. I think this is OP12. OP13 has just came out, so let's get this ripped open. Always difficult to open. Who's the monger in this? I don't think there is one. If I'm not. No, it's Jewelry Bonnie. That's who it is. Julie Bonnie is in this one, and then you've got the Blackbeards, the gold one, gold card. So let's go through. First off, we've got Don Cortez Rossentini. Is he related to Don Flamingo? We've got Alvida. We've got Morgan, small version. We got Pacifista. We got Limburg. We got Carmen. I don't recognize her at all. The Leprechaun. What Zephyr? We got Monet. We got Douglas Bullet. We got Shimozuki. We got Hack. I don't like that card, to be honest. It's alright, it's been mid. And then we've got Colour of the Supreme King Haki. And we're back to the back again. Not the best of packs, if I'm being honest. Very mid pack. Plus the Colour of the Supreme King Haki. Um, Nothing else in there really. But you get what you get. You don't get upset. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. As always, leave a like if it was good, leave a dislike if it was bad. Remember, no comments. Thank you.